There's no way around it, and you don't want to go around it because that would be using a shortcut. Instead, you want to embrace that frustration. You want to learn how to overcome that frustration, deal with it, learn yourself, your emotions, and how best for you personally, because it probably differs from player to player, how you can not let that frustration get to you and overwhelm you and thus negatively impact your game. By the time you come out here and start competing on a regular basis, you already will have some experience with that on your own, because using basic rubber basketballs in itself, when you're training, practicing by yourself using basic rubber, that's going to come with its own set of problems and roadblocks and obstacles that you're going to have to learn how to overcome and deal with, and it's going to be frustrating and overwhelming, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with that by yourself using rubber. You're already going to have a little bit of experience dealing with frustration, but then when you come to the courts, right, and now you're in competition, and in your mind, like, that really matters, but now you're using a composite leather basketball and you're not used to it, and you're making all kinds of mistakes maybe because of it. That's just going to be another layer onto making your game difficult now, so that in the future you're going to be a better, stronger, more efficient player. So don't worry about being the outcast who only uses rubber and then has to adjust game after game, day after day, to using other people's composite leather basketballs. It's good for you, it's good for your game, and it will ultimately make you a better player than the people that only ever use composite leather. Lastly, try not to be self-conscious. Self-conscious about being the only person, player, friend you know that uses a rubber basketball, being self-conscious about, you keeping your game very basic and very fundamental at the beginning as you're first learning and developing your game. Try not to be self-conscious about those things, because everybody else around you, your friends who probably don't take the game as serious as you do, they're not going to be doing all that fundamental, boring training that you're doing. They're all going to be looking for the coolest, composite leather-esque, professional looking, feeling basketball that they can find, and you are going to be using just a regular old standard plain rubber basketball. Try not to be self-conscious about that. I know it's easier said than done, but you take the game more serious than them, and thus you are doing all of that stuff for a very specific reason. It is good to be different when there is actual purpose behind it. All of those other players, your friends, they're all going to have pretty much the same game. It's going to be their talent level, is going to determine a lot of it. But in the scenario where, like, everybody has the same talent level, right? They all are going to have the same kind of game. There's going to be nothing distinguishable about their game compared to anyone else's game, whereas your game is going to be very much different. And the difference is going to be your fundamentals are going to be so much deeper, so much broader than theirs. And you can't do that when you're trying to fit in with the people around you who only care about how deep they can shoot from three and how cool their basketball and shoes are. So be different.